Hi, this is Dr. Kirkendall. Welcome to the Applied Kinesiology Center. Here today I have with me a patient that's suffering with some shoulder pain. I wanted to kind of just give you an example of what it is that we can do. You know, if you have a neck pain, if you have a shoulder pain or a back pain, how do we break it down? Why is applied kinesiology a little bit better, a little bit more effective when working with the spine and working with the joints? Muscle moves bone. So if we work and repair the muscle function, the structure of the actual joint is going to improve a lot quicker. So let me just walk you through a couple simple steps here. So first of all, what is muscle testing? Muscle testing is a neurological muscle test that actually is able to give us a little bit of feedback of what's going on in the body. When you have a patient with a straight arm here, I have him resist my pressure, hold. He should be able to engage that arm and resist against gravity plus, a pound or two of force. We don't want to ever actually push harder or lighter to, actually change the effects. We want to try to keep a nice steady pressure. But on this arm where he's having some issues, hold as hard as you can. I mean, he's easily to be overpowered. There's just nothing he can do to hold up when the difference between the two is great like that. He's going to end up suffering with some different neck pain, which the patient actually is, and patients can even get issues with jaw and shoulder and headache and that sort of thing. So we got to look at the patient as one full system, not as this arm or shoulder is separate. So the first thing we're going to do is actually kind of look at range of motion. Okay, so range of motion, the first thing we want to look at with range of motion is one side moving equal to the other side. So we're actually going to test, first of all, the good side. Let me see if you can get your arm up where you need to be. And in this arm, you can actually see it actually moves really well, nice and free range of motion. That's a normal range of motion. On this one here, when we actually test, just relax the arm. We're actually going to test again. And he actually gets resisted, and are you getting any pain there? A little bit. You can get a little bit of restriction there. So no matter how hard I push, the farther I go, it's actually going to cause some different discomfort. Okay. First thing is, let's get the actual bones of the shoulder aligned a little bit better. Okay. And you can actually develop a frozen shoulder over time if we don't develop a better motion in the actual shoulder girdle. So as long as you can see the actual full range of motion. So first of all, we've got a little adjuster here, okay? And for some people in here, I like to use this technique to actually get the shoulder joint moving faster. If you're in a chiropractor's office, you can actually get the joint adjusted and that sort of thing. But a lot of this area, the clavicle, the scapula, a lot of these different shoulder girdle areas are totally being missed. And so the patient only gets limited response or improvement, okay? Even with physical therapy, we're re-strengthening the muscle, but if the signal from the brain to the nerve to the actual arm is not strong, all the strengthening in the world, it really has a lesser effect than if we can actually get it fired up and charged a little bit better in a way that neurologically it's functioning. So first thing we're going to do is I want you to bring your arm out like this, and I want you just to take a deep breath in and then let it all the way out. And we're just adjusting his clavicle here. I want you to take another deep breath in, let it all the way out. Good. And we're just pulling it back. One more time here. We're going to take a deep breath in. Let that shoulder drop all the way out. Good. And then just by doing that and actually trying to get the bones aligned a little bit better, we're going to see if there's any improvement in motion. And there may be, there may not be. It depends on the patient. So we're going to again have them come up. And just from doing that, very, very simply, we've actually got range of motion probably increased by a good, 20%, 30%. There's a little bit of restriction at the end there. So this is where we need to find out how much further can we go with this patient? Maybe he can actually get much better. Maybe he's got a rib condition here. So let's go around to the front of the patient and see what's going on there. Okay, so the next major step, now that we've actually got the bones working a lot better in the shoulder girdle, let's actually look at what is going on in the shoulder. And like I said before, when we muscle test this arm over here, hold, that's a strong muscle, okay? We've got a good strong muscle. We can put a lot of pressure on that thing. Next step, let's test this one. Hold, and I can push lightly, and this poor guy can't hold his arm up. So what we need to do, take this hand, and we're going to find out where is the problem. This is the anterior deltoid, but where is it? Is it the origin of the muscle? Why don't you just touch there for me, okay? Hold the arm there for me. Hold, hold, hold. That's actually pretty strong. Is it the insertion of the muscle? Hold there for me. Elbow real straight. Hold. And it goes weak. Okay, so we know that there's not an issue here. The body's actually giving us a feedback here. This is where we need to treat. So we're just going to actually treat over this area where he's having some discomfort probably. Doing all right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So what we're going to do actually is just turn this muscle back on. I can actually feel as I'm doing this, the muscle below my fingertips is really hypertonic or just super tight. So we're having a lot of issues with the shoulder because of that. I'm going to bend down here just for 1 second. I'm just treating over this whole shoulder, see if we can't improve the function. Now, with applied kinesiology, you're going to see me touch different areas. This is actually called a neurolymphatic point. There's neurolymphatic points all over the body. There's neurovascular points related to brain. There's nerve coming out of the shoulder, or out of the spine into the shoulder. So if we can turn all of those areas back on in the spine, we can get a much better involvement and much better improvement. So let's recheck this arm here. Hold as hard as you can. Hold. And that's actually, hold, really pretty good. Let's test another muscle. Let's check his medial delt. Hold. And that's really strong. I'm going to check his posterior delt, and I usually go around behind him, but for the sake of the camera, hold there for me. That's really strong. We're going to test the infraspinatus. Good. Subscapularis, hold. Actually, subscap, resist for me. That one's a little bit weak. What other muscles are we having? The serratus anterior, resist my pressure. So he's really trying right here. Try for me. Hold. And he's got a lot of weakness. I want you to touch right here for me. So it's kind of like the mast on a sail, okay, on a ship. Drop this arm. If the mast on the sail is not being pulled straight, okay, you're going to veer off in one direction on the boat. If we can get both sides of the body or mast pulling on the sail, you're going to be able to fly straight. So with him, he's got a lot of imbalance, a lot of weakness. So he's starting to suffer with biomechanic breakdown, okay? And he's starting to say, man, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of inflammation. What's going on here? So let's actually get this thing healed up. So you hold there, elbow real straight, resist again. We're going to see if this actually improves the strength or not. Hold. And it does. What this means is that there's actually an issue here in this area of the muscle. So what we're going to do again, give yourself a big hug there. So we're actually going to come over the muscle belly and treat. And we're just going to actually rub over it, just trying to get the muscle actually strengthened here. And one of the techniques we're going to use here actually is a technique called laser therapy. So I'm going to take my little laser device here, and we're going to turn it on. We're going to set the right frequency that we need to actually start the healing of the shoulder. You're going to see this laser in the office used quite often. We can use it for functioning, improving brain function, improving nervous system function, wound healing time. So we're just going to come over the area. Once you have the arm straight like this for me, and we're actually going to laser over the muscle. So what does this muscle do? It goes up and down like this. So I want you just to fire like this. Good. And we're going to hold there. We're going to also laser over his cerebellum. Okay. We're going to laser over his opposite side cortex of his brain. Good. All right, and now you can just take a break here. We're just going to retest to see if we've actually improved the strength of this muscle. If we haven't, there's other things involved and we need to go further. So let's come back and retest. Just retest and hold your arm there for me. Don't let me push down. Hold. And he's just locked solid. I could probably hang on this guy. He's a pretty big guy. So we've actually improved this. And so what you usually see as a patient comes in is this patient actually, every time from visit to visit, is this patient having stronger arm function? Are the muscles that we treated last time holding? We can get people a lot better results a lot faster if we really balance this whole shoulder girdle like we did just now. Okay, so now that we've actually treated the patient, we want to see, has the patient shown any benefit? And we can't really tell you, pain-wise, is he feeling any better? But, talk is cheap. I'd rather show an effect of actually what we did. And remember when we started off, we had a first little range of motion of about here. If we start off now, we start him in neutral. We're going to retest. And the arm comes all the way up, okay? We can get full range of motion here. He can actually hit himself in the head if we make him, okay? But what we want to emphasize here is that you can do this with the neck. You can do this with the shoulder, the elbows, the fingers, the toes, anything that you have in the body, neck, back pain, can really be improved a lot faster. If you have any questions about it, you can find me online at www.meetdrk.com. I'd love to be of any assistance as possible. Give us a call, and we look forward to meeting you.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psyche Truth channel. you.